Upon entering this video, a certain group of cards has caught your attention, and that will be your cards for the reading today. But if not, go ahead and take a few moments now to really center your energy, breathing in and out. And continue to breathe deeply, really focusing on which card is calling to you most as I speak. So hello and welcome to this Pick a Card reading. This is a very special reading and a very interesting reading. So if you are here, you are probably here because you recently, or perhaps even a long time ago, have cut someone off, be it a family member or a friend or a really close friend, someone really special to you. Could even be a significant other. You may have just gotten through with some sort of ending with another person. You have left. You are no longer in their life. You decided to call it quits. And now you're wondering, how are they doing without me? How do they feel without me? Are they even sorry? Are they better off? These are all questions that come to our mind, no doubt, and we've all been there before. We're only human, and sometimes we want to know, and these thoughts can obsessively take over us if we don't know these things, and it's hard for us to move on if we don't know these things. So the reason why I'm bringing this video here is to offer some sort of closure. The people you inquire about may be doing better off and may not be doing better off without you. Either way, I want you guys to take this video as a sense of closure, because now you will know and now you can move on. I want this to be the last time you guys even think on it, and to just accept what you see coming through here and accept it, and so you can move on and grow and live your life and be free of whatever mental traps these people have you in, okay? This is for closure, and this is so that you can move on as well. So, without any more, this is group 1, group 2, group 3, 4, 5, and 6. So hopefully you have your person in mind. Hopefully you took the time to pick a card. If not, you can go ahead and pause this video, but I'm going to go ahead and move right on into it. So, how do they feel now that you're gone? So we have here for card number 1, the Two of Swords. Let's get this into focus. There we go. Two of Swords. This person is not accepting it. They don't want to believe it. They're kind of making themselves blind to the situation. They're acting like nothing happened, and they're being kind of defensive about it. So they could either be acting like nothing is wrong, or acting like nothing ever happened, or perhaps just pretending like you don't even exist. They're just staying blind to the entire situation, not really letting anything sink in, not letting it hit them, and in turn being really defensive about it. We have the Two of Swords. She's wearing blindfolds here, and she has her defenses up, so that's a basic picture of where they are at mentally. This is what they're kind of going through. They don't really want to accept it or acknowledge it. They're pretending they're okay, even though they may not be, or they could be, but they're just not letting the feeling sink in. They're not really letting it hit them. So perhaps to you it looks like they've moved on and that they're fine, but in reality, in actuality, they haven't even touched the part of their brain where whatever it was with you was involved. They haven't even addressed that, and they haven't healed from it yet. And we have here the Turtle in reverse. Okay, so with the Turtle being in reverse, even though they're not acknowledging and they're acting like it is all okay and dandy, there is something here losing you, having you cut them out, having you no longer in their life, has kind of slowed them down a bit. And I'm not too sure if they even realize that that is the reason why. But yeah, it definitely has slowed them down a bit. It could even be, you know, things are just a bit harder for them. And if you were especially a big part of this person's life, you would know this could just be them, like, trying to adjust without you in their routine, trying to navigate how to live normally without you there. And that's why they're becoming so blind to it. They're really not acknowledging it because they don't want to acknowledge that things have changed, that things are different. So you've definitely slowed them down in a sense. They're kind of, I feel as if almost in a daze, not really knowing what to do or where to move on. They're kind of doing things out of habit, but acting really slowly, having slow reactions to things, really almost feeling held back or left behind in a sense. Not really knowing where to go and not really looking at the full sense of the situation, putting things on hold. So that is what is going on for them after you have left, how they're feeling about it. Hopefully this was able to offer you some insight, and I really do hope that you guys have received some closure after this. Now that you know how you feel, but you hadn't known how they felt, and now you know. So hopefully this was able to offer you something, and hopefully now you can move on. I truly wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope that you guys really focus on your self-development and your growth now. And I really hope that things just turn out better for you guys, okay? So, with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Alright, and hello to those of you who chose group number 2 right over here. So we have the 3 of Wands. Okay, so this person right off the bat could be a fire sign or have a lot of fire energy in them. They may seem unafflicted by it, and they very well could be. They, after you've left, after they lost you, after you're no longer in their life, right now they're just kind of looking like, okay, well, where do I go from here? They're very, they've, with this card, it feels as if they've moved on. And let's just see. Right, okay. So, with this card, actually, let's see, Spider. Alright. Okay, so with this 3 of Wands, sorry about that. With this 3 of Wands card, yeah, it definitely does feel as if they're just kind of saying like, okay, well that happened, where do I go from here? They're not really one to dwell too much on the past or dwell too much on things that have happened. They're the type of person who, you know, if they stub their toe and start bleeding in the morning, they put a band-aid on it and they're like, okay, moving on. They're the type of person who, after going through so much pain or hardship, they're like, okay, how do I move on from this? They're always looking to move forward. They don't really let things stumble them or let things affect them or afflict them. They kind of take everything in and then they're like, okay, next, moving on. Very, very fire, typical fire sign, typical fire energy, moving on and just going after the next thing. So we also have here Spider in reverse. So this Spider energy comes to us out of balance for them. It's saying that, you know, after you left, after you have exited their life, they feel sort of abandoned in a sense. They feel I don't sense any unhappiness or sorrow or, you know, from this Fire of Wand energy, but there is definitely a nostalgic part of it, a very melancholy, like, kind of, you perhaps have a lot of history, and so they don't necessarily feel bad or feel one way or the other about what has happened, but they do acknowledge that, you know, there is history there and there are things that will inevitably remind them of you, but they're very bent on, moving forward, new pastures. They're very much the type of person who, you know, if you're not part of their life in the future, that's not really going to affect them, because they're very focused on their life and themselves, and setting out a path for them. And this Three of Wands card definitely symbolizes the start of a new adventure. So again, a lot of fire energy, and that's not to say that this person is selfish. It's just that they have a very quick rebound rate. A very quick rate at just moving on. Again, I say moving on a lot, but that's exactly what they're doing. And with this reverse spider energy, I mean, if they don't feel anything about it, but if anything, they're just kind of tired, exhausted. The whole ordeal between you two, it just kind of tired them out, and they're like, all right, well, that was that, and now they're on to other things. Yeah, there are things that they would miss, or things that will touch some part of them that will make them feel nostalgic, but there isn't really a sense of missing or sorrow. There's more of a sense of history and reminiscent, and they're just simply on to the next adventure, on to the next big thing. They're not very much impacted by it either way. They do feel exhausted over all of it. They feel like that was kind of worthless, not really worth like the entire ordeal, argument, whatever happened. It tired them out and kind of put out their fire. But now they're just focused on, well, what can I do now to get my feet back on the road and to continue walking forward? A lot of fire energy. I would not be surprised if this person was a fire sign or fire dominant, but yeah, so that is how they feel after you have left, now that you're gone. Hopefully this was able to offer you some sort of closure. Before you didn't know, now you know, and now I really hope that you can move on. I hope that you can really focus on developing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, and I do truly wish you the best. And I hope that things get better for you every day. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye! Alright, and hello to those of you who chose number 3. So how do they feel now that you've left, now that you're gone, now that you're no longer there? We have the 6 of Swords. Okay, so with this 6 of Swords energy, after you've left, it's sort of like this needed to happen, and it could have been they left you, or it could have been a mutual decision to break things off. And they are moving on, but there is some regret or some, hurt, some pain still there. They know that this is how it is and this is how it has to be, and they're moving on. They're not going to try to hold on to anything. They're going to let you go, but it does hurt them, and it does affect them in some way. Okay, it's not like you just left and they're like, okay, time to party. It did really affect them in some way, even if it was just in the slightest way. Very regretful, some hurt, some pain, but again, not trying to hold on. They're consciously moving forward and moving on, knowing that this is just a part of life and it's what they have to do and have to go through. And we have here the Panther energy in an balanced version. So the Panther is really all about purging, release. Let me look here in the book for you. Okay, so yeah, purging, release, growth. This person is feeling brave and productive. This person is feeling, it's like the sense of everything going wrong before things go right. This person knows that things have to fall apart to fall together, and they're really epitomizing that. They know things are, perhaps they may be in their feelings a bit, and perhaps things may be feeling a little chaotic, but they're not really going to let that stop them. They feel very much so, how do I explain this? They feel very much, they stand by their decision to move forward. They know this is a part of life. They know that they're growing, and they know that this is something that just has to happen. They're moving forward. There is some hurt there, and it may feel a little chaotic, but they're feeling very brave about it. They're feeling very productive. They know that this is a growing lesson. This is a form of growth for them. And if they do not know that, then it definitely is a form of growth and just a new beginning for them. So that's that. Yeah, so hopefully that was able to offer some sort of closure or some sort of insight you didn't know before, but now you know. So with that being said, hopefully you guys really now can focus on developing yourself and moving on and becoming the best version of you that you can be. I truly wish that things get better for you from now on, and I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Alright, and hello to those of you who chose card number 4. So how does this person feel about you now that you're gone, now that you are no longer here, now that you've cut them off, or now that you've left? So we have 9 of Cups in reverse. So there's a little bit of disappointment, things not going as they expected, perhaps even a sense that something is missing. Some feeling unfulfilled, a lot of disappointment. Yeah, just things not going the way they wanted them to turn out to be. There's a lot of disappointment, not necessarily sad or grief, but just, like, why did that have to happen this way? Strong disappointment coming through. And then we also have here, okay, the dragon and the earthworm. So with the dragon card, this is a spirit card. So this split definitely had to happen. It is something that was meant to happen in a sense. This dragon card represents a fire, rekindling of energy, shedding of the ego, becoming one's own self, becoming the true self. And then here we have the earthworm card, which represents new beginnings and maybe a little unease and confusion and not knowing how to start, being like a newbie, feeling new, feeling almost, nervous about this new beginning, but definitely a new beginning, a new start. So with this person here, there is definitely a huge disappointment. I mean, we have the 9 of Cups here, huge disappointment. Things didn't, go the way they expected, and things just, again, there's really no other feeling except disappointment that keeps coming through. I don't know if they're necessarily sad or angered, but just a lot of wishing things could have gone a different way, but disappointed, but seeing things that, okay, this happened, and through this split, through this happening, they've kind of started coming into their own, realizing who it is they are, and really coming into the person they're meant to be. This split, again, very divine, already happened, planned to happen. This was meant for it to happen. Through this, I feel like this person is really being reborn, really starting anew, really becoming a completely different person. So the next time you see them, if you see them ever, you really won't know who they are. they're going through a lot of self-transformation, a lot of inner discoveries now, and you leaving them really put them in that place. And now they're just beginning anew, starting over, clean slate. There's not really anything else there. It's just, again, huge disappointment, but really finding themselves and starting anew, like almost being reborn in a sense. Trying to find their footing in this world without you, and finding it and finding themselves and beginning a new adventure, beginning a new journey. This person does seem as if they have moved on. Again, there is big disappointment and whatnot, but it's not really a feeling of sorrow or anger that stays with you. It's just of, hey, I can't believe that happened and I wish it didn't happen that way, but there's growth for them, definitely. So that is the reading. Hopefully that was able to offer you some sort of insight. Before you did not know and now you know. Hopefully that can offer you some closure or some sort of rest now. And hopefully now that you know, you're able to move on yourself and you can really work on developing yourself and being a better person and becoming the person you are meant to be, the highest version of you. And hopefully, I really do hope that things turn out amazing for you and that life keeps on giving for you. I wish you guys the best of luck, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye! Alright, and for those of you who chose 5, so we have how they feel now that you're gone, now that you guys have split, now that you are no longer in their life, and we have the Death card. Okay. So losing you could have literally felt like death to them, and literally could have felt like the death of themselves to them. I mean, it could have been catastrophic. It could have been perhaps the worst and most painful thing they have gone through. Excuse me. Definitely took a toll on them. I mean, losing you literally felt like they were dying, like their entire world was coming apart. It did affect them, definitely. But through that, with this Death card coming through, they were definitely reborn also, reborn in a sense. I'm getting, imagery of Scorpios, when they often go through a lot of things, a lot of huge and traumatic and even big things in themselves. This Death card is the card of Scorpio, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio, or as I've said, after losing you, it could have been the Scorpio-like transformation. Scorpios have a sense of becoming an entirely new person every time something traumatic or painful happens to them. They shed their old skin and become a completely different person. This is very much the phoenix rising out of the ashes. This person is definitely being reborn because of what had happened. And we have here the oyster and the raccoon in reverse. So the oyster symbolizes this hidden gem, this secret power within themselves, the secret talent. There is a lot of beauty in this person now. There is something that has been hidden for a long time but has come out because of this death experience, this experience with you. They've become reborn, and they're kind of like that hidden pearl in the oyster afterwards. We also have here this raccoon in reverse though, and this raccoon energy can symbolize being competitive even, and perhaps even being competitive with you. This could also symbolize putting on a mask or a false sense of gusto, of, being someone else. So what I'm getting here is this person went through a huge transformation, literally reborn, snake shedding the skin, fire, phoenix rising from the fire, coming out of the ashes, and they now know what they're worth. They see their inner beauty, they see what is inside of them, and they see, this power and this talent that they have. Now, with this raccoon energy, something tells me they may be trying very hard to, they perhaps may be in competition with you. They may be trying to, you know, be better, get back at you by living their best life. And with this raccoon energy, they may also be putting up some sort of show. This raccoon talks about masks and false sense of ego, false sense of identity. So they could very much be putting on a show, really, you know, they're the type of person that after you have left them and it has hurt them and done so much them, they're going to transform, rise out of it, and they're going to show you that they are so much better off without you, and they are going to make you know it and make you see it and make you realize it and have you live with that every single day. They want you to know that they are so much better off without you, even if it is a false sense of being better off without you, okay? Because like they could very much well be hurt by it, but this is where they get their strength from. Some of them have this huge talent, this huge presence. They may be very popular, becoming friends with everyone now. They may be really putting themselves out there, gaining recognition, gaining, you know, just going through, perhaps even fixing themselves, looking better, becoming more attractive, really transforming, and kind of rubbing it in your face as well. So with that, with a person like this, my advice to you is to do the exact same thing, but without the intention of, you know, doing it to get back at someone. Because really fixing yourself, developing yourself, and working on yourself is the best form of revenge when it is done from a place of doing it for yourself. Because when you're doing it to get back at another person, it really isn't helpful to you or beneficial. But that's the sense of basically what is happening, what they're going through right now. They're really developing themselves and becoming a better person and becoming a more likable, a more attractive, a more talented person, and really showing off all those things and kind of to get back at you. So with that being said, that is how they have been feeling, what they have been going through after you have left. And with that being said, I hope this can offer you some sort of closure. I hope this can offer you some sort of insight. Before you didn't know, maybe you had a hint of it, but now you do know. And hopefully you too can move on, and hopefully you can really work now on developing yourself and becoming the best version of yourself, and really working on becoming, you know, making your dreams become reality and really manifesting your highest form of abundance and goodness in your lifetime. So I really hope that things get better for you every day, and I wish you guys the best of luck. And if you like this video, then thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Alrighty, and hello to those of you who chose the last but not least, number 6. So how do they feel now that you are gone? How do they feel now that you're no longer in their life? We have 10 of Pentacles, okay? And then we have the golden egg, okay? So we'll start with the golden egg. This is a spirit card, so meaning that, you know, all things do happen for a reason, but this relationship with this person in particular had to end for a particular reason. It was a lesson to both of you. This card for them, though, definitely, they've been really working on listening on their inner truth, listening and simply listening to themselves and to the universe. I feel as if losing you has offered them some sort of enlightenment and just this sense of knowing what they want now, this sense of being able to hear themselves more clearly now, this sense of moving in the direction of their heart, doing what it is they want and what they love to do. And we have this 10 of Pentacles card here, which honestly, I mean, with these two cards, this person, I doubt, has really thought of you. Maybe they thought of what has happened between you and they know it had to happen for a reason, but honestly, this person could care less. They're having the time of their life. This is 10 of Pentacles coming through. This person is having fun. They're enjoying their life. They're following their dreams. They're listening to themselves now. They're doing so much better. And they honestly couldn't care less. So I know that can be a very discouraging thing to hear for some of you, especially if you are very affected by it yourself. But this could be a sign for you that, you know, well, if this person honestly doesn't care anymore, they've let go of it, it's in the past for them, and they're doing so much better now, coming from a place of really good, and this person is coming from a place of good and divine. They're more in tune with the universe now. They're more spiritually in tune, whether they know it or not. Things are just happening for them. Things are going good for them. So this can be a sign for you now that you know this. Because before you didn't know and now you know, this can be your closure. This can be your sign to, look, I really need to let go of this. Like, I really need to let go and start doing this for myself. I need to start creating my own happiness and, you know, creating my own 10 of Pentacles for me. Because 10 of Pentacles represents the happy ever after, the happy ending. So, with that being said, for you need to realize too that, again, everything does happen for a reason. If this person is no longer in your life, it is because something better and something, you know, even more special is coming for you and is meant for you. This was supposed to be a learning opportunity for you. So you really have to think what it is that you've learned from this relationship. And that's not to say, you know, like, oh, all people under the sign are, you know, awful people, or all people are like, it's nothing negative. Everything that you could learn from this relationship, they have to be positive because they are positive. And if you keep seeing this union as something negative, then you haven't learned your lesson, which is why you're still stuck and which is why you're still sad and perhaps even upset or hung up on it. You need to realize what you have learned from this union. It could be, I have learned now that I deserve better and I know how I should be treated. I have learned now that I should always trust my gut feelings. I have learned now that I should always, you know, speak my mind. Otherwise, you know, I'll be speaking my mind 10 years down the road and they won't like it, and I'll realize we really do not see eye to eye at all, and I've been putting myself aside for this person. So really just looking into how you can create your own happy ending, how you can move on from this, how you can start cultivating more love and more happiness in your life, because this person has moved on and they are living their life and they're not letting anything hold them back. And you should take this as a sign to not to do the same as well, excuse me. And I haven't done this for any of the other readings in this video, but I will do this for you. I'm going to pick a love oracle card to see what you can do to cultivate, you know, more love, more happiness in your life. I may pick a few if I feel like it. I'm feeling like I should pick two, so I will go ahead and pick two for you. Oops. We'll do top of the deck and bottom of the deck to see really how you can move on. And I do have other videos on healing and, you know, where you can go from here, how to manifest more love into your life, etc., etc. Always here to help you with your development. So let's see what we can do for you. So sorry about that. My camera did die. It was on one battery, but anyways, we'll reshuffle and see your message here. Okay, so for some of you, we have the card, act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they're here with you, so you will always consider them. So for some of you, this was a romantic relationship that you have gotten out of, and it could have been really devastating for you, and really this sense of, okay, well, if that person wasn't the one, then who is? So this card is really calling you into manifesting your true soulmate, manifesting the one. So do that by acting as if they're already here. Make room for them in your closet, in your pantry, when you sleep at night. Leave an extra space. Consider them in your life. Do things as if you are already in a relationship with your soulmate. Think about them often as if you were in a relationship with them. And for some of you, let's see. So another part of this card I want to reiterate. Act as if they are with you so that you will always consider them. So, when you are in union with someone romantically, you do consider things like how you look and how you feel and taking care of yourself even more. So this card could be a sign to really take care of yourself, to really treat yourself as if you are your own soulmate, so that you can thus attract that into your life. Now for others of you, we have here the card, take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever again. So really loving yourself, loving, finding love, finding things to love every day, finding, beauty in everything, thinking about things you love, whether it be your pets or certain movements or music, or just finding ways to cultivate love in your life and being more open and receptive to love. Not everyone is going to hurt you. Not everyone is going to betray you or leave you. So this card is saying you have to open your heart again. Yes, you're making yourself vulnerable, but in doing so, you allow the good to come in. Because when you block out, if you've been blocking your emotions and blocking feelings of grief or sadness or anger, if you've just been blocking out any opportunity for more love to enter into your life, you're closing off your heart in that sense. And then lastly, we have here back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. So what is it that you want in your life? What is it that you want to manifest in your life? What are things that you used to love to do that you don't do anymore? This card is calling you to think about those things and to think about how you can begin to do those things once again. That way, creating more love and more good feelings in your life. Okay, so hopefully these messages resonated with you. I really do hope that from now on you guys can move on and find some sort of closure. I hope that you guys really do now can work on becoming the highest version of yourself, becoming the most beautiful version of yourselves. I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope that things really do get better for you from now on. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!